Well, hi, we've made it to Friday, and today I just want to have a bit of a sneak peek of a topic for Sunday morning, which is thinking about, I guess, how wealthy we are, how contented we are, and what we do with all that as Christians. Our reading on Sunday is 1 Timothy chapter 6, and today we're just going to have a look at a brief part of that, verses 6 to 10. It says this: "But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." People who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, most people still believe that money brings happiness. Rich people craving greater riches can be caught up in an endless cycle that ends in ruin and destruction. How can you keep away from the love of money? Well, Paul gives us a few guidelines. Firstly, wealth does not bring contentment. In verse 6, "But godliness with contentment is great gain." This statement is the key to spiritual growth and personal fulfillment. We should honour God and centre our desires on Him, and we should be content with what God is doing in our lives. The word contentment means an inner sufficiency that keeps us at peace in spite of outward circumstances. Philippians 4 and verse 11 says, "For I have learned in whatever circumstances to be content." A person who depends on material things for peace and assurance will never be satisfied, for material things have a way of losing their appeal. Wealth is not lasting, verse 7 tells us. We brought nothing into this world, and we can carry nothing out. Whatever wealth we amass goes to others when we die. We always know the answer to the question, how much did he leave? Well, the answer is everything. Our basic needs are easily met, verse 8 tells us. Food and clothing are our basic needs. A miser without food will starve to death counting his money. We are so glutted with luxuries that we have forgotten how to enjoy our necessities. Verses 9 to 10 tell us that the desire for wealth actually leads to sin. Eager for money describes people who have more and more material things in order to be happy and feel successful. But riches are a trap. They lead to bondage rather than freedom. Instead of giving satisfaction, riches create additional desires, and these must be satisfied. Instead of providing help and health, an excess of material things brings hurts and wounds. The result Paul describes very vividly in 1 Timothy 6 and verse 9. He says, harmful desires plunge men into ruin and destruction. We don't want that to be us. Well, we'll think about these things a little more Sunday morning. Hope you can join us, 9:30. Until then, bye for now.